Aloha, hey, it's Julie Zinlos, 365 Hawaii and 365 Hawaii Group. We're coming to you as a update on issues affecting West Hawaii. I'm here with Lance Owens, who's the president of the West Hawaii Association of Realtors, and today we're going to talk about short-term rentals, and the county is now calling them the Transient Accommodation Rentals. And we're going to get Lance, who is the president, to give us what is the update on what is happening with that.
TAR is what they call it, TAR. So they're tarring and feathering. They're tarring and feathering.
Private property rights.
Private property rights. So the transient accommodation rentals. So we all know what STVR is. I think that was the short-term vacation rentals. Mm-hmm. So back in 2018, they came after us with Bill 108, and they made it to where you had to register and had to get permits and things like that. And that's a good thing because the county needs to know where things are going on, what's happening, so they're able to keep track of it. People are able to report it if there was problems. Mm-hmm. They came in with a lot of good reasons. They took away some personal property rights and some people in homes, in subdivisions that were actually built to handle short-term rentals. But they actually protected property rights on places that where you weren't supposed to be doing them.
Right.
So it gave people a little bit of legal edge to protect their right to quiet enjoyment of their property. So you got best use and quiet enjoyment of your property. You know, your next door neighbor's allowed to get the best use out of it. You're allowed to have quiet enjoyment of your property. So it's important to balance that, and it's a fine line. So fast forward, they said back in 2018 that they were going to someday, they were trying to tame down the ones that were unhosted, stop people that didn't live here, weren't part of the community, just kind of taking away our long-term rentals and renting them out to short-term and not here to monitor them and not part of our community.
Well, and also they wanted to make sure that people who were buying land in strange places rurally weren't slapping up unpermitted structures and using them for Airbnb as well, right?
Yeah. So it gave them some teeth, it gave them some things to monitor it. And again, they said back then that they were going to come after hosted, but they figured hosted they were leaving alone because hosted means I live here. You know, my kid's going off to college or whatever. It's not family related. Everything could be, mom has moved out, something has happened, and I've got an extra room in my place. And I don't want a long-term tenant in here. I'm going to do short-term. People want to come in for the weekend, see the volcano, go see something. You know, they're coming on these quick jaunts over from Honolulu or Maui and things like that. Yep. So they figured that the hosted person was
in the house,
for lack of a more technical word, babysitting the property. They weren't going to let somebody
have a 25-person wedding.
Yeah, 25-person wedding. They weren't going to be belly flopping into the pool at 2 a.m. They weren't going to be on the phone
screaming
at
and yelling,
4 a.m. saying,
calling
New Jersey and talking about how the stock market's going right now or whatever. So they figured that was kind of self-regulated. So what they've done is they've come in and they just released it's written as a bill. We will post links to it. You'll have it. But it has really come out way harder than we ever thought. They gave us, basically, they're going to probably tell you they gave us 2 days notice or 3. There was no word out. It was just a county thing on their website that said that they would have a meeting on Monday. Luckily, word got out. We had 700 people attend this Zoom meeting. It kind of gave them technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And the chat box is as entertaining as anything that you've ever seen. So I encourage you to watch it. We will post a link to that.
Right. So
it's a YouTube link.
Right. And you can look in the comment section for that.
Look in the comment section. It's important that you watch this and understand. It's an hour-long thing, and I can't even begin. We've looked at it several times. I just want you guys to know that your Government Affairs Committee for the West Hawaii Association of Realtors is deep diving into this. These guys are working really, really hard at giving us information. I'm kind of tracking a little bit. They know all the answers. I want to give them the credit.
Right. And just in case people don't know this, one of the things that realtors do is they actually protect private property rights.
It's a big thing.
Right. And one of the things that this is going to do is going to impinge upon the opportunity to do what you want with your own private property.
It'll take a lot.
Right. And if you want to use your property to be able to have a secondary income, right, this is going to have an effect on you. So if you either own a home right now or are thinking about buying a home in Hawaii, knowing this, because some people, as you know, base what they think they can afford for their mortgage based on what they think they can get for income from renting out their house.
Yep.
So this tackles part of the affordability aspect of thinking that maybe, hey, I can reach a little bit further in terms of what I think I can afford because I'm going to like use the bottom part of my house for STVR.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why we're bringing this up, because this definitely, and when we talk about investors, like my husband and I, Eric, we want to buy a house with income potential because my daughter needs a place to live, but also as we get older, we'd like to have that. So anybody who is thinking about doing this isn't just like, I'm going to use a house as an income producer. This is like schmoes like us who are just looking for a way.
Operations that need it to help make ends meet and make life a little bit easier.
Like make life a little bit easier. We're not trying to make a mint. We're not trying to ruin these.
It's not corporations buying up a block of homes in an area they shouldn't be doing it. It's mom and pop trying to make ends meet, and they're taking away some serious property rights, and they're trying to solve. The county has a problem with providing affordable housing, and they're trying to put that burden on property owners, which it's not our burden to do that. It's not our burden. The burden is on the county to give permitting and allow. They're not supposed to build it or do it, but they're supposed to make it easy so that developers can come in and do it. And it's 7 years to hit dirt. From pulling up, going in and pulling a permit and a shovel hitting dirt. Right. They're working on that. I give credit to our new mayor and our new planning department guy, Mitch and Zindo. They're doing a good job at that, but this is attacking property rights, and we need to get it. You guys need to be educated on this. You need to know it, because if you weren't doing it by 11, 15, or 22, you will never do it. It's the way that this thing's written. So they need feedback. I think the only way this is going to be tackled is if we get to council members, because we need to get to them and let them know that you are hurting people that live here, are part of the economy, are part of the community. They're buying from the stores. They're using our local services. They're doing everything here. This isn't a corporation that bought up 3 or 4 homes and has never been here and doesn't contribute to our community.
Right.
So,
and this is always going to, they call it government overreach.
Yeah, big time. So we're putting together things. There's a couple of Facebook groups out there too. You guys may want to look at TAR or STVR or TVR in Hawaii. So Transient Vacation Rentals is TVR. I think that Facebook page was started before the STVR rule came out. People called it Transient Vacation. Now they call it Short-Term Vacation Rentals, and the new one will be Transient Accommodation Rentals. Whatever, Google those, look for them. There's a lot of people putting things together and trying to organize something. We are working also with some of those groups. I don't know who we can support or not support, but we're all working behind the scenes together to make sure that we're getting the right message. It's going to take people coming out and testifying. Right. You need to testify. You need to go to these community meetings, and you need to be there because it's written as a bill. We will put the link to it, and it is strong. $10,000 fines, $1,000 a year to do it. Very, very, very harsh. For a mom and pop, I can't count how much my phone was blowing up that day and what was going on with people emailing me and stuff after the fact that I'm done, I'm getting out. They're getting 18% with their taxes and everything else now, and now they're going to get a $1,000 a year fee, and if I make a mistake, it's a $10,000. And
the ability, they'll take away your ability to even do it.
Yeah. And the burden, there's a legal term for this. I'm not a lawyer. There's a legal term for this, but what the burden of proof is on you to prove that you're innocent, not for them to prove you're guilty, if you can imagine that. So that is built in as one of their slides in their rules. So look closely, rewind it, stop it, pause it, pay attention is important.
Right. And since I'm not the president of the Association of Realtors, one of my friends, Chris Adair, who actually just bought a home on Alihi, who just spent $1 million renovating this house and buying it, is going to be affected, and she's going to be leading a group of people in Hawaii. They have a group that is going to be talking more about how this is affecting people like yourself, and they're going to be getting people together to figure out how they can talk to the council.
Get with Chris. Their group, I think, has a good. They're going in the right motion. They're doing really good. They're doing a lot of things too. So they're definitely look at everything. I think we're all going to be coming at it as one, but because we're as realtors, we have our 950 members, but it is we're all for protecting property rights, and that's what this is about.
Right. But we also live in a vacation rental.
Yes. This is a vacation rental zone.
It's West Hawaii. This, and again, it's happening all across the whole
happening across
County.
the United States,
Yeah.
across the whole United States,
Yeah.
and across the whole our state. It's terrible. We have reached out to some recent areas that have just
Look, it's amazing. It's like
lightning. We've been struck with lightning. We've reached out to other realtor organizations that have just literally beat regulations like this. So
yeah. So it's not a foregone conclusion. Maybe there's still something to be done.
I'll say I do is fill in the blanks of the bill numbers that it is, because it is written as a bill. But feedback, pressure, call, email, watch. Do that. So,
Yeah.
And Chris Adair, get involved with her. They're more open to the community.
Mm-hmm.
We're open. We're trying to get together again, talking points for the public to reach out and do it. And hopefully, I think we're all going to be. Everything I've seen from Chris and a couple other places, we all seem to be on the same page. What we're
Yeah,
trying to do.
definitely. And as this continues to move forward, we'll keep you up to date on how's it going.
Yeah.
So keep your eye on our YouTube channel. And again, we'll put more information down in the description so you guys can figure out how you can get some more information, how you can get involved.
Cool.
Okay?
Thank you.
There you go.
We'll see you guys.
Aloha.
Aloha.